Feet together, knees together. Take those feet out, lovely and parallel. Feet, soft knees, our hips in neutral spine. Our spine, we want to feel lovely and long, helped by a long neck. So visualize your head balancing or reach or hanging, sounds a bit grim, doesn't it? Hanging from the ceiling by a piece of string. That's the crown of your head, not violent anywhere else. Okay, so the crown of your head is dangling from the ceiling by a piece of string, and you feel that natural lengthening in the neck, chin parallel with the floor. And then take those elbows, those shoulders up, and take them around, drawing those shoulder blades together. We're going to concentrate on our breathing. So as we pop our hands, if you wish, onto the rib cage, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So you breathe in, feel those ribs expand, breathe out, feel those ribs come together. It'll be very subtle, or for a while it won't be at all. So bear with it as we fill those lungs, expand those ribs, and breathing out through the mouth as if you're breathing through a really large drinking straw. Then we take our mind down to our core, those really deep core abdominals. So as we breathe in, we draw those deep abdominals up at 30%, if you remember, floor 3 of that imaginary elevator. Breathe out and hold that contraction. Breathe in. If you felt you've lost it, breathe in. Breathe out, hold that contraction. And I may have said this before, it is sometimes a little bit harder standing up to get that contraction. So don't worry too much if you feel you're not quite getting it. We'll have a little try when we lie down, and we'll feel those contracted muscles as well. Hopefully you're starting to feel the transversus engaging now at this point. Zoe, you're still pretty new, so don't worry too much, it will come. So you're breathing in through the nose into the rib cage, breathing out through the mouth. You're breathing in through the rib cage, drawing those abdominals at the same time to level 3 of your imaginary elevator. Breathing out through the mouth, holding that contraction, continuing that drawing in. And we'll start by just shrugging the shoulders up and relaxing them down. So, you know, I always said, probably if I had a pound every time I said, keep those shoulders away from your ears, drag, and let gravity take over as they drop down. A couple more times. Hopefully this will start really undoing some of the stresses of today. Anybody who's had a bit of a fraught day. And then we'll start rolling those shoulders behind. We're going to do that just 5 times. Another 3, 2, really big circles, and 1. Let's take them round the other way. I've moved my screen so you'll see me looking like this. It means I can see you on the big screen right in front of my eyes. And there's only 5 of you this evening, so I will be able to have a good view of you all. So let's get that technique all on point tonight. Not that I have any problem, you're all awesome. So take those arms up, keep the shoulders away from the ears, drawing those abs in. Now going from the side as you reach up with the left arm. Shoulder lifts up as you try and touch the ceiling with those fingers on the left arm. Draw the arm down just slightly and you reach up with the right. And keep going, but take it slowly, reach, reach, reach. I want you to envisage not just a stretch, keep going, alternate arms in your own time. But I don't want you to just feel a stretch through the shoulders, and it's the arms reaching out to the shoulder joint, which is a lovely feeling in itself. Each time you go, see if you can reach a little bit higher, feeling the stretch, go down further, down to the sides, creating a space on the side where you've got that elongated arm between that lower rib and the top of the hip. And we'll try that again on our knees as well. So we're really trying to create space. We're drawing the abs in and we're reaching, creating space between the lowest rib and the top of your hip bone. A few more times. Now you can leave your arms up here, and we're going to go into a side bend, or you can take your arms to the side for a less severe, a less deeper stretch. So either your arms go up, the right arm comes down, and you reach that left arm over with this left arm hanging down. Draw this other arm up so you're feeling the weight of that hand, and you reach away, reach up, up, up as you come over the other side. Don't forget there's abdominals drawing in, soft knees, keeping that lovely posture that we started with, and reach over. And we're going to do that another once on each side. So take that arm up, really feel the weight of that arm. It draws you over. Reach with both arms. Keep reaching as you go over the other side and bring that arm down. Reach over. Keep going. Go in your own breath. Few breaths there, and come over the other side, lifting that arm, reaching, enjoying that stretch. Reach, 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 reach. Over the other side, and the arm comes down over. Bring that arm up. Bring both arms up and bring those arms down. Take those arms out. So we're not digging those elbows into the hips, but more or less the feeling is that you've got a newspaper under each of your arms and you're holding it between your torso. So you take the arms out at first and back. Let's just get that rotation where we want it to be. So you feel the rotation in your rotator cuffs as you take the arms out. And don't worry if you can't get the arms all the way out. Can just straighten those fingers as if you've got a glass of bubbly on each hand, going around the room, offering out those lovely drinks. This time we're going to go out, come up, back down and in. Going to do that a few more times. Out, take them up. So you've rotated out as far as you can, and then you take the arms up. The arms won't go straight. As you go out, you take them out as far as you can, and then up. They'll be more like a little sort of W as you're reaching away. Bit of a nervy stretch, or certainly is for me. In. This time, we're going to go one more time on this one, and you'll take it out. And when it's out as far as you can go, turn the palms. Oh, that's a nervy stretch. If you get that really, really on point, you'll feel a right nervy stretch. Turn those palms back in to the front. Let's just do a little variation. So take the right arm to the side. I'll go side on your left arm is facing forward. You take the one arm out to the front, the one arm to the side. So one of the core principles of Pilates is coordination. So you're working the room with those drinks now. Madam, sir, back in. Another 2 times. And we'll swap the other way. So you reach to the side, reach out to the front. Bring both arms to the front, take the left arm to the side this time. And you go the other way. So you keep working that room with your drinks. Keeping those palms lovely and flat, those forearms parallel with the floor as they come back in. Reaching away, coming back, another one. Reaching out and back. Bring the arms down to the sides. Now, there's only, as I said, there's 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. We're going to do some Cossack, so I can really see how those spine twists are going. Everyone knows I love watching how your rotations are. I feel it's a little bit more challenging to get right when you're standing up because your lower torso's free in space and wants to go all shapes. Whereas when you're sitting, you really, are more firm in the hips. So stay firm in the hips. Those hip bones face forward. They're like car headlights. So just imagine those bony bits facing forward, not moving. All the activity is from the waist and the torso. So you've got your left arm on top of your right arm, shoulder blades away from your ears, and your arms are out front. So nice and relaxed. Gonna breathe in, lift up out of the waist. Breathe out, turn to your left. And when you've turned as far as you can get a little bit more of a rotation if you wish by taking that left arm over, reaching away, bringing it back underneath the right forearm, come back to the front. Breathe in, draw up out of the waist. Breathe out, turn to the side. Get a little bit more rotation if you wish by stretching that top arm behind, bringing it underneath and coming back to the front. We're going to do 2 more on each side, okay? So breathe in, draw up out of the waist, turn to the left. You don't have to do the add-on of the arm stretch. If you feel that you're really getting something out of that stretch this evening, stretch away. Bring that arm back. I'm going to watch you all on my big screen. Turn, don't forget, Yvonne, just think of those car headlights, come back to the front. Yvonne, first of all, let's pop our hands on our hip bones, turn in your torso, feel those hip bones staying where they are. It's a really tricky one, and you all know I'm a little stickler for these. Turn each side first without even moving them, then try and go again. Otherwise, everything else looks fine. Go again. Really nice. Nice concentration going on. Really nice. That's much, much better, Yvonne. Don't forget, everyone, if you're trying to turn, you know, almost like the head in The Exorcist, you're probably already thinking of the wrong thing. You're just turning as far as you can, and that's okay. If you start going all over the shop and everything moves, you're not getting what you want. We just want to move in this upper torso. So do as many, go as far as you said we're going to go, and then come back. We're going to do some more rotations sitting down, and I'll take another little look, and I really think I'm going to see a very different style from you, but they're really coming along, everyone. Well done. Let's do some squats. Let's do some lower legs now. So feet hip width apart, draw those abs in. We want to send the tailbone down and keeping that back straight. And you can send the arms out to the front to keep you nice and stable. Now those knees, you can take a little look down if you want. They want to come over the 2 middle toes, okay, on each foot. If you're going this way or that way, that's where it causes knee problems. And you want to think of sending your bottom down as if it's going onto a chair. So taking it down to a chair and back up. Draw those abs in as you come down. Try and send that bottom onto an imaginary chair. Push those arms behind as you come up. Come down and back up. In your own time, we'll do about another 4 more. I want you to concentrate on your breath. Drawing those abs in, coming down. See if you can come down a centimeter further each time you lower into your squat. Take it slow. As you come down, taking a peek as I am. Make sure your knees are where you want them to go. And when you come down on the next one, we're just going to hold it there. Breathe in, draw out, come down. Hold it there. Almost draw those butt cheeks together as well. Draw the abs and shoulder blades away from your ears. Arms out and lengthening. See if you can give me another couple of centimeters down there. Keep the feet on the floor, a few more breaths, and maybe just a little bit lower again. Take a few breaths for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and come back up. Hands on the hips. We'll circle out. Feet can be a little bit wider. We'll circle through those hips and do a little bit of balance work. So come back into your hip width stance. Envisage that the weight is going to, the mind-body connection, that the weight is going to go onto the left side of your body. Draw those abdominals in and engage those glutes. It's the glutes and the abs that help us in our balance. Breathe in on the out breath, lift our right leg up to 90 degrees. You want an extra bit of challenge, you can take the arms up in the air each side. If you definitely don't want a challenge and you need help, you can hold on to a wall. So just go with where you're at and how you feel today. You all know I've got the world's dodgiest ankles, and some days there's absolutely nothing in them at all. I can't stand on one leg, and other days I feel quite fine. So see how you all feel. And then circle those ankles, the much forgotten joints, the poor relation of the body's joints, back round the other way. Keep those abs drawn in. Hold it there. Whoop. I don't know why I need to make those silly noises. Take the arms up if you need to or want to. Take the legs out, the leg out to the side. Hold it there. You can bring the leg in for a tree, palms together as you point up to the ceiling. My hands are like that, by the way. They've come off the screen. Draw up, draw the abs in as you hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Weight goes over to the right side. Draw those abs in, engage those glutes, shoulders back and down, lift up that right leg up to a 90-degree angle. As I said, if this feels super easy for you, take your arms up. If that feels super easy, try closing your eyes. Obviously, closing your eyes, you need full proprioception, which is where we would all love to aim to get to. And we start circling that ankle in the joint. Keeping your chin parallel to the floor, spotting maybe something circle the other way. Keeping an eye spot on something in the distance also helps with your balance, as does, bizarrely, pushing your tongue against the roof of your mouth, which obviously I don't stop talking long enough to do that. Lovely, hold on there, take the arms up if you wish, or if you haven't had them there so far, take the legs out to the side. Draw those abs in, keep breathing. Make sure that you're on the full foot on that standing leg. You can feel all 5 toes on the floor. Bring the leg in as you reach up. My arms are like this above my head as I'm reaching up for my yoga tree. Reach out to those armpits. Draw the abs in for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Circle back around, and we're just going to heel toe out through the legs before coming into our roll downs and getting down onto the mat. So it's always a little easier to stand at the edge of your mat. So when we roll down, you can roll down to the floor. I'll just tip my mat a little there so you can see me. Move it out a little bit further. Can you see me there? Yeah, lovely. So I may disappear off the thing. Oh no, this works really well. You can still see me. 14 months on, still figuring out best angles. So feet hip width apart, shoulder blades drawn together, abs drawn in, eye line facing forward, chin parallel with the floor. Your arms should be facing into your outer thighs. Breathe in, drop the chin to the chest. Breathe out, start lowering that head forward, lowering the arms down. As they lower down, feeling like dead weight. So our head and arms are quite heavy. Let them just hang in space. They'll want to pull you down in line with gravity quite quickly. Draw those abs in and control that descent, rolling one vertebra over at a time as you come down closer to the mat. When you've come down as far as you can, hang there. Take a few breaths in. Breathe in, draw the abs in, tuck the tailbone under, and let's start going back up to standing. Restacking the vertebra, each vertebra one at a time. Just visualizing them like pebbles on a beach. Noticing in your head where they may be coming up in sections, where there may be some stiffness in your back. Come up to standing, draw those shoulder blades together. Imagine that lovely V shape as you draw them down into the back pockets of your imaginary jeans. And we're going to go down one more time, chin to chest. Head comes down, arms come down. Draw those abs into your spine and roll the vertebra down one at a time. Just take your time. As you come down, it's the end of the day. We're going to be at our shortest. Create space between each single vertebra. Really reach through. Imagine there's space between each single one as you roll down, allowing all the lovely synovial fluid and anything else that we need to puff up. My biological terms, by the way, you won't find in a medical book, to sponge out, to lubricate the spongy bits in between your vertebrae, okay? Really reach down. If you can't touch the floor, just bend your legs slightly. Straighten that right leg. Take that right arm up to the ceiling. You're twisting your torso as you try and take the eye line to follow that hand. Reach that arm up to the ceiling. Really turn the torso and the head to look up at that arm. Take a breath in and take that arm back around nice and slowly, bending both legs as the hand comes to the mat. Straighten that left leg. Now, I haven't said this, but one of your actions as well is drawing that chest to the top of the thigh. Breathe in, out, take the left arm around, reach it up. Now, remember that lengthening in Pilates, reach that arm up, up, up. Reach the torso towards the top of the thigh. Turn that torso so your head and eye line face up towards that raised hand. Take a breath or two there. And when you're ready, slowly turn back down to the mat. Bending in both knees. Bend a little bit further so you can place the whole hand, nice wide fingers onto your mat. And you're going to walk it forward and come down onto 4-point kneeling. We're gonna, I never lose an opportunity on 4-point kneeling to do a cat-cow. So turn that tailbone under, draw the abs in, really make the abs do most of this work as you arch the lumbar spine, the lower part of the spine, then your mid-back, then the ribs, then your upper back up to the ceiling. Head comes down to look between your arms and looks at those thighs as you keep drawing the abs in to get a big an arch as possible in your back as you do this angry cat. Now keep your head where it is. We're going to go the other way, but we're going to start with our tailbone. So take the tailbone up to the ceiling. Those abdominals will come down towards the mat. The chest will come down towards the mat as you arch in the opposite direction. Shoulder blades will glide down your back, sending your head out to the front as you look up and in front of you. Really arching the other way. Really lovely work. That looks great, everyone. Mike, I don't know if it's the angle, but that's a really deep arch. Well done. Really flexible there. Breathe in, draw the abs in, send the tailbone under. We're going to go one more time. Now, as your tailbone goes under, really make those abs move. Draw them in, to get a really nice mobility there in your lower back. Really sending the mid-back up to the ceiling. And push away then with the palms of your hands in the mat to get an arch in the top of your back as the neck comes round, the head drops between your arms to look at the top of your thighs. Really reach away, drawing those abs in. Wow, looking really, really good. I don't think I ever watched you so much doing these. They look really good. Few breaths there. And we're going to take our tailbone back round and our head comes up, but we're going to come into our neutral spine. So Zoe, particularly that neutral spine is that midway between that big arch up and the big arch down. The halfway point there is our neutral spine. Shoulder blades gliding down our back. Now breathe in and draw in those abdominals, keeping your hips lovely and stable. You want your hips to remain square with the mat. Your hands are underneath your shoulder blades. We're going to go into our single arm leg stretch from this position. So you're going to breathe in, and on the out breath, just draw the right arm out in front of you along the mat and the left leg behind. Get that real elongation out of the joints before they start lifting off the floor and reaching right behind you, the leg, and right in front of you, the arm. Breathe in, and on the out breath, you drop them to the mat. Come back in a nice, in line with your breath to the starting point. Breathe in, draw those abs in, keep them lovely and engaged. Keep those hips stable as you reach the opposite, the other arm and leg away. They lift, you reach so far away from your body, they lift up away, reaching away. Keep that elongation. Keep that abdominal contraction and that lovely drop. Come down on the breath and keep that shoulder stability. So there's no movement in the torso. Keep going on the other side. Reach, 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 reach. Point the toe, get a really nice line from that middle finger to the end of that toe. Bring it down and bring it in. And keep going in your own breath, in your own time. Just reach, enjoy that elongation. Draw those abs in, reach away. Come back down and come back in. Go another 2 on each side, so 4 in total, as I take a little look to see how you're getting on. Now, this is really good for your back muscles, okay? I mean, it's good for lots of things. We're testing our pelvic stability, our shoulder stability, but we're working the erector spinae. We're working right down our back. Lovely work. Really nice head position, everyone. You can probably just bring your head up a little bit more, but don't worry too much. But otherwise, and keep those hips lovely and square with the mat. Otherwise, everyone, you're all looking really good. Nice controlled movements, everyone. Straighten that back leg, Mike. You had a slight bend in your knee. That's it. Straight, straight, straight. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's what you want on each leg. Well done. And when you've done your 2 each side, just come back into your child's pose. Bring those glutes onto your heels. When you've done your 4 in total, and reach away. Take the forehead to the mat and breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. We go into, sorry for that really big slurp, I got very dry in the throat there. I know it's not a very pleasant sound, apologies there. We're now going to come back onto our knees. Now, if your knees are feeling a little bit delicate, and we all know that my knees are not brilliant, you can fold your mat over a few folds and put your knees on there, or as I call it, my old woman cushion for my knees, because I had to buy a really light mat to show up on the screen. It's a yoga mat, so it's only a couple of millimeters thick. Whereas for Pilates, we like a 7 millimeter plus mat. So you can either fold it over or go on a little cushion. We're going to come back onto our knees for a moment. Now I'm going to show you a few different options. We're going to do tricep dips and we're going to go into plank. Don't panic, I'm going to have you all loving planks. So keep a lovely position here. And this is the easiest option, okay, for the tricep dips first. You keep your elbows towards your hips and you bring your elbows down. We're in a 4-point position here in our box and up. Now, down and up. For a bit more of a challenge, keep your hands in the box, draw the abs in, but your elbows do not come down to the mat. You bring the nose down in between the hands, you push away with the hands, keeping those elbows pointed inwards, you come up. Keep the back lovely and straight. Okay, that's the other option. The other one is you walk further forward. You can have your toes curled under on the floor, or you can have the legs raised. They're all different levels. And you breathe in as you come down and push up, breathing out as you come up. So they're all the options we're going to work on first with our little tricep dips, okay? So take the position you want. There are 2 options in box and there are 2 options further forward. Anyone who's feeling really particularly on it today can go full plank, okay? But I think that may be a bit too much. So see how you get on. I don't want to limit your options. So breathe in as you come down, breathe out as you come up. Draw those abs into your spine. Breathe in as you come down, breathe out as you come up. We're just going to do 3 more. Breathe in as you come down, breathe out as you come up. And obviously when we're going this slow, we really feel it. Breathe in as you come down, breathe out as you come up. For 1 more, everyone. I think you've got it in you. Let's go. Breathe in as you come down, breathe out as you come up. Come over, you can take your bottom all the way to your heels, but the most important is here, we're just going to push our chest between our shoulder blades and stretch through the arms. Few breaths there. And we're going to come back up. You can come up onto your knees. Let's just do some little shoulder rolls, 2 back and 2 forward. We're going to do at least 5 triceps every Thursday now up until the end of summer. Don't let that put you off the class. It's really important to build arm and shoulder strength. So come over, and we won't do too many of them, as we'll go really easy with some release stretches. Now, the next thing we're going to look at, okay, are your knees. Now, Zoe, I don't want you to come off your knees, okay? I just want you to hold this position. Is that all right? I don't want you to put any stress through your core today, if that's okay. Now, we got our forearms in parallel here. Drawing the abs to your spine, pushing your back between your shoulder blades so you're lovely and strong. We're going to mostly today just work on technique. Anybody who fancies going into full forearm plank, there'll be that opportunity. But this is the position I'd like us to really get right, where we've got that lovely strength across through our back, across our shoulder blades, okay? Now, what we're going to do, Zoe, I just want you to hold this, drawing the abs up to your spine. Now, everyone else, if you want to try, you can send one leg out straight, and then you can bring it back down. Send the other leg out straight. Bring it back down. And you can keep just doing that, and that is a great start for plank work. Taking our tailbone and the toes under, reaching away with the one leg, bringing the knee back down, okay? If anyone wants to progress further, you take one leg out, then the other leg out. Take a few breaths there, maybe a count of 5, holding that plank for 4 more, 3, 2, and 1, and taking one knee down, then the other knee down. Few breaths there. Take one knee out, the other knee out, and then do another hold. So see how you go. Don't force it. This would be the maximum position in our plank. Really focus on technique. But if taking one leg out, bringing it back, you have to all start at some point, and that's a really nice start. Or you just hold that plank. That already is really putting a lovely, it's already a nice strengthening exercise for your shoulders, especially as we've already done the 4-point single leg arm and leg stretch and tricep dips. That may be more than enough, so don't overdo it. It shouldn't hurt. Obviously it can get tough. You may have a few beads of sweat, but that's okay. Shouldn't hurt. Maybe here, practicing getting the top of the back right, making sure there's no dip in the back, drawing the abs into the spine and the neck position. A few more breaths there. And walk back into a child's pose. If you suffer with your knees and taking your buttocks to the heels too much, you can come into puppy, which is your legs are about the width of your mat. Bring the knees, the bottom back, and reach forward, pushing the chest down towards the mat and reaching the arms forward. And take a few breaths there. So a few cheeky challenges today on the shoulder girdle. Not everyone's favorite, but really feels satisfying when you get that right. Then we're going to come down onto our fronts. Arms out to the side in a capital E shape. Bring my mat even further over. Eye line, you're looking at yourself as if you've got a mirror on your mat. You're looking at yourself in the mirror. Eye line down. Bring those knees and big toes together and send the heels out to the side to switch off in the lower body. And we're just going to do a few swan dive preps here. So breathe in, push that imaginary marble away with the nose, as you then keep reaching the head away, as that chest lifts off the floor. Don't try not to press into the floor with those hands. Really start getting a bit more strength, relying on the strength in your upper back as well as the flexibility. Breathe in as you come to the top. Breathing out as you come back down. The nose doesn't crash to the mat. You're a couple of inches off. As you breathe in, pressing the pelvis into the mat and the abdominals away from the mat to protect your lower back. You breathe out and you roll that imaginary marble away. You're stretching through the back, reaching up off the mat. The head elongates away from the body, but you peel up as you get lovely back extension. Breathe in, out, come back down. That neck position doesn't really change too much. You come looking up at the front because of the curvature in your back. Do a few more there as I take a little look. Really nice. Nice. Don't move the head so much, Yvonne. It's the upper back that moves. That's imperfect. Really nice, Karen, because I know you moved your neck a lot for a long time and that's looking very, very good. Really nice. Well, Zoe, that's enough. Don't move the head as you get that far. Just get it's that upper back extension as you draw the shoulder blades back and get that mobility in that upper back. Don't forget, we spend most of our time hunched forward. We're now asking our backs to go the other way, and it's quite a challenge for us quite often. But really nice work, everyone. I'm really happy. I feel like a proud mum. Really, really nice work. I can also see you working with your own breath there as well. Really nice work. We're now going to crank that up a little notch. It shouldn't be harder, but this is when we're looking over into our laptops and so on, and our heads come forward, we really put a lot of pressure into the back of our necks. So to try and work lower down onto the trapezius and get a bit more strength there, what I'd like us to do is this time have your legs parallel and point those toes. Okay, and then I want you to stretch the arms out in front, but keep the shoulders away from your ears. Look down at the mat. Your head may not be as close to the mat this time. You may be a few inches even higher. And then what I'd like you to do is keep those head and shoulders where they are. Breathe in, press that pelvis into the mat and draw those abdominals away. Again, we want to protect that lower back. Breathe in, and on the out breath, I want you to lift both arms and reach away. And now that may feel quite an effort for some of us, actually for all of us, it feels an effort for me because we don't usually put weight there, but it's really good to build up the weight here. Breathe in, out, take the arms down, have a little breather, take a few breaths there. It's really good to help the strength there to really help protect our necks. So with our arms reaching away, looking down at the mat a few inches higher than we normally would in swan dive. Breathe in, push the pelvis into the mat, draw the abdominals away. Breathe out, we're lifting those arms. Now, if you want, with those arms lifted, push away with those arms and also lift the feet off the floor. The legs are straight and you reach away like a torpedo almost with your arms out in front, or a diver diving off a board. Reach away, draw those abs in. Breathe in, out, lower the hands. We're going to lift those arms one more time, but we're going to add on. So I'm just going to have to move away because I'm running out of space as I wriggle around like a little wormy today. So with our arms out front, if you want to have a little look at the screen, and I'll just set this one up. Pelvis into the mat, draw the abs away. Reach, the feet stay on the floor, okay? And you reach away like we were, and then you take the arms around the side, draw those shoulder blades together, reach down, and this is where we're like the soldier. So you're like standing to attention, okay? Drawing the shoulder blades. So it's a little like the dart, but you feel a little probably more like a torpedo, which is another name for it. And then you can reach your feet away if you want, and they come off the mat. And you come back down, the arms come back in front. And do that 2 more times. See how you get on, and take a sneak peek. So the arms are ahead of us. The head is a couple of inches off the mat, but you're continuously looking at you as if you're looking at yourself in a mirror on the mat. The palms of your hands should reach to the side. If your shoulder blades are together, the palms of your hands will reach to the outside of your thighs. So you reach away. It's quite a tough move, but see how you get on. Really nice. Really looking good. Reach across to the side. Reach away. Make this your last one. So when you come down, push away from the floor into a child's pose. As we counter that move with a stretch the other way for our lower back and hips. Folks, I can't believe where the time's gone this evening. I think I've entered a time warp. But we're going, once you've done into child's pose, come round onto your batons. Now, next week, I'd like us to introduce help me out, words fail me. Introduce one of these, our bands. So next week, we'll start working with the resistance bands to really get into our stretch and to support us, and to also maybe get some arm conditioning, just gentle. But for tonight, we're going to do some roll backs, but we're going to hold onto the back of our thighs. So your feet are parallel and your knees are parallel, hip width apart. You're going to breathe in, draw those abs into your spine, which means you start creating a C shape. You can see I'm bringing my shoulders towards my hips, keeping that distance from my ear as I'm reaching forward to create that C shape. Holding behind my thighs, drawing the abs in, keeping the chin away from my chest as I come onto the tailbone. Now, as I come off my tailbone, those abs need to take over or we'll crash to the floor. So draw those abs in, keep breathing, keep that chin away from your chest, keep rolling down through your back. I'm not going to do any holds on the way down. We're just going to go down in one continuous move, but try and land each single vertebra one at a time on the mat. Reach those arms away, reach. Breathe in, breathe out, bring those arms over, keep the chin away from the chest. Take the arms if you need to behind your thighs. Draw those abs and engage them, helping you to peel back up off the floor. As you come up onto your sit bones, straighten those legs, flex the feet. Send the arms up to the ceiling. Reach over as if you're coming over a very large beach ball on the top of your thighs. Come down towards your feet. If you hold your ankles, if you can't quite reach the feet, that's perfect. Keep breathing, holding it there. Feeling a nice stretch down the lower spine particularly. Draw those abs in. Relax the arms as you restack in the spine, one vertebra at a time. Drawing those shoulder blades behind you. We're going to just take the legs out to the width of our mat. So just the inside width, and let's do just a few bow and arrows here. Arms out to the front, shoulder blades away from your ears, chin parallel with the floor. I'm going with my left arm, it's closest to the camera. So I'm going to breathe in, come up out of the waist, breathe out, bend my left elbow, turn in the torso. And as I turn, I rotate in the spine, send our arm away. You're elongating each so that you're trying to create a biggest distance between each middle finger as you can. You bend our arm back, rotate back to the front. Breathe in, come up out of the waist, breathe out. Bend the right elbow as you turn to the right side. That elbow comes behind as far as you can. If you want an extra stretch, reach that arm behind you. Reach away with both arms. Bend that right arm. Come back to the front. Do one more for me each side. We're not going to do too many reps because we did our Cossack standing. I just want to see how you're faring and never have too many rotations. Really nice, everyone. Well done. Watch those necks. Keep them nice and high, chin parallel with the floor. Really nice work. Keep the abs drawn in. Imagine that back is leaning against the wall. So nice, straight back, shoulder blades drawn together. Really nice. And then when you've done your that additional one each side, we'll come back with our knees bent And we will spend probably about 6-7 minutes, folks. So we'll go a few minutes over, quite close to 5 past the hour, as we come down onto the mat. So knees bent, face forward, chin parallel with the floor. Even as you come down, you can lift that chin a little higher. Don't bring it down onto your, imagine you've got like an apple basically as you come down between your chin and your chest. Breathe in, draw the abs in. Really hollow through the abdominal area as you come onto your tailbone. You can hold, don't grip onto the back of the thighs for dear life, but just hold on to them. Draw the abs in, keep rolling down. Use that weight though, use that leverage on the thighs to come down with control to land each of your vertebrae one at a time. The arms come by your side, bend those knees, hip width apart. Breathe in on the out breath, imprint the whole of your spine. So you're sending that marble into your 12 o'clock position as you go flat back onto the mat. Breathe in there, curl your tailbone up to the ceiling. Engage your abdominals and glutes to send your hips up to the ceiling. As you lift one vertebra off the mat at a time, coming up no further than your shoulder blades. In fact, you're feeling those shoulder blades melt into the mat, the eye line to your ceiling. Make sure your knees are not coming together or flaring out to the side. They stay width apart. Squeeze those glutes up there. We're going to take the arms up. We're going to do a couple of windows of things. So take the arms up, palms facing forward. Bring the elbows to the floor. Send the forearms behind you. Slide those arms up back towards the back. Breathe in on the out breath, land, come rolling down through the spine. So try and land each vertebra at a time as you reach the arms behind you. The back of the hands may lift off the floor, and that's okay. The hips come to the floor and you come back into neutral spine. Wait there. When you breathe in there, when you breathe out, bring the arms over and lift the head and the shoulder blades off the mat as you reach forward, and come back down with the head on the mat. We're going to do that another one time. So breathe in, out, come into flat back. Engage those abdominals and glutes, and on the next out breath, start rolling up through the back, one vertebra at a time, squeezing those glutes, watching those knees. When you're up fully, send the arms up, palms facing forward. Bring the elbows out each side. When the elbows reach the floor, make sure you're still nice and high in your bridge. Take the forearms to the back so the back of the forearms are on the floor. Then reach up behind you, reach away. Breathe in, and on your next out breath, roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Noting if you're coming down in little sections, the back of the hips land on the mat, you come over into neutral spine. Breathe in on the out breath, bring the arms over, and your head and shoulders lift off the mat. Draw those abs in as you reach forward and come back down onto the mat. Let's do that just one more time. Breathe in, out, flat back. Engage those glutes, draw those glute cheeks together basically, and draw the abs in. Start curling up through the spine. Really enjoying that lengthening and that mobility through the spine. The arms come up when you're really in your full bridge, and the elbows come down to the side. Forearms come to the mat. The arms come out behind. Reach away. Breathe in. On the out breath, land each vertebra back to the mat one at a time. The hips come to the mat. You come into a neutral spine. Breathe in, out, the arms come over and the head comes forward. Bring one knee into your chest and stretch the other leg away. It can be in the air or just gently on the floor. Really draw that other knee in to the chest. Really stretching there through the flexors even. And swap legs. Reaching the other leg away, drawing the other knee out away from you. Really drawing the knee in on the breathe. Watch your breath on that breath, reaching the other leg away. Now, if your leg was along the floor, lift it up a few inches off the floor. Breathe in, draw those abs in. Breathe out. We're going to swap. And we're going to swap for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg away. Now, if that leg is slightly higher and that feels more comfortable for you, that's fine. The lower your leg goes, the harder it is or more intense on the abdominals. So work with your own abdominal strength. Watch that neck. Keep the chin away from the chest. Breathe in, draw those abs and stay lovely and strong there. Take the arms around behind your head so you can see the elbows in your peripheral vision. Take the opposite elbow over to that bent knee. Draw the abs in, and we're going to swap. Now, as I said, your legs can be higher. I'll demonstrate your legs can be a little higher. Just keep the legs lovely and straight as you reach each leg away. And over time, you can play with that leg height. But get your grip first with the exercise as we work into those obliques, twisting in the waist, touching the opposite elbow to the opposite knee, keeping the chin away from the chest, keeping all pressure and tension out of the jaw, and keep breathing as we do another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head to the floor, bring those knees in, circle them 2 times in one direction and another 2 times, massaging that lower back in the floor. Take the feet to the floor, ankles and knees together, the arms out to the sides. Breathe in on the out breath, drop the knees over to the right as your eye line comes to look at your left hand. You don't have to turn in the upper torso. You can keep your head looking towards the ceiling if you prefer. Now, using those abdominals, breathe in, engage those abs. And on your out breath, bring those knees up to the top and over to the other side. And your eye line turns to look at your other hand. And you keep breathing. Breathe in, engage those abs. Take the knees back up to the top. Bring those knees in. Hold into the crease of your knee and rock up to sitting. Come to face the front. We'll bring the feet together. Draw those abs and shoulder blades together. Arms out to the side. Take the palm of your left hand up. Come over for a mermaid stretch. Reach over and we swap. Reach, reach, reach. Keep the sit bones on the floor. You're not lifting one butt cheek up. You're keeping them both on the floor. You're reaching again up out of the waist. Other one on this side. Come back up to sitting. Interlace those hands. Reach them away. We were from our plank and tricep dips. We want to just stretch out through the top of our shoulder blades there. So reach away. A few more breaths. Take your arms around. Interlace those hands behind. Reach away as we stretch across the front of our chest and keep breathing. Those arms come to the side, fingertips gentle on the mat. Take our left ear to the left shoulder. You can walk that right hand away a bit more if you want to deepen the stretch on that right side. Breathe into that stretch. Bring the head up to the center, take the right ear to the right shoulder. Walk the left hand away for a deeper stretch down that left side. Breathing into that stretch for a few more breaths. And then bring the head back up to the center, palms facing up. We're going to reach away and take a big deep breath into the belly. Breathe out through the mouth. Really reach those arms away on that in-breath. Take that breath right down into the depths and pits of your stomach. Reach out as you breathe all that air out. And one more. Breathe in. Reach up. Those palms come together. Breathe out as those arms come down in front of your face, elbows out to the sides, thumbs come to your sternum. Take a few breaths there, more in your own natural rhythm. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Draw those abs in, stay lovely and straight in your back. Keep working that posture. A few more breaths. And you are done. Well done, folks.